Hey, one of the things that I really enjoy watching this Shogun series is that this main character, Lord Toranaga, played by Sanada, Hiroyuki Sanada, is very fascinating to watch him playing this character, which is very complex. Psychology is there. I think his demeanor in the beginning is kind of a mild, warm, very, like a thought, deep thought, feeling, something like that. But it changes. I finished episode 8 yesterday, and there he became more or less like a little bit afflicted with some kind of conditions of the lung, because he was coughing all the time, and he seems to be sick. So in that particular physical conditions, he kind of became like a very more or less like a timid, or more or less like a cautious, more or less like slow down. So the episode 8 is something at the end. I wouldn't divulge what happened at the end of the episode 8, but it's some drastic thing happens. So that was kind of a really shocking. And because of this, Sanada's portrayal of Lord Toranaga going through some kind of a psychological changes in his mind, and but the audience would not know what it is. So the audience get frustrated. So all the samurais under him became very frustrated, because they all go for trying to control Japan, entire Japan, with a gung-ho attitude. But he is not. He is telling them that we have to be careful. We have to surrender at this particular time, and that caused many the people under him got very confused, very disappointed, and sometimes against him. They openly protest that his direction could be wrong. So that's very interesting. I think it's that's one of the things that I felt like very engaging, this particular Shogun series. Shogun, 1980s Shogun, I remember it's more or less like this Black Swan's character that Richard Chamberlain played, and it's about him. It's about Black Swan characters who was kind of a slowly adjusted to samurai life, and also kind of a Richard Chamberlain exudes this kind of an intellectual Polish British guy, although he's American. But so that was like a very interesting difference from this particular production. The Black Swan remains kind of a not the intellectual, but it's more or less like a physical performance by Cosmo Jarvis. Especially Cosmo Jarvis trying to show Lord Toranaga when he was diving from the ship to show how to dive, and Lord Toranaga wants to learn how to dive. And so that particular scene is very impressive to me. But anyway, other than that, the Black Swan's character was portrayed like, I don't know, not so smart, not so, culturally refined characters there. And because of that, in this particular series, Shogun, he wasn't the main character all through. He was like in the beginning, he was very strong existence there, but after a while, all those Japanese characters of the samurai, or the courtesans, or the ladies, took over him. So he kind of stepped down to the second, the third tiers, unpolished characters there. But saying that this Lord Toranaga is much more focused in this particular series. I think Lord Toranaga's characters are much more in front, and I think this particular production is focused on him rather than Black Swan. And that's kind of interesting, surprising things for me. I thought that was like all through Black Swan's life, adjusting it and becoming recognized, and become a little bit more, people come and look up on him. But not this one. Not this particular one. Is always this Lord Toranaga is in the background, coming up once in a while to show his complexity, complex psychology. It's so interesting, and so audience doesn't know what he's thinking, and all the samurai under him don't know what goes on his mind. So almost like you can give up and you can revolt from that conditions. So I think this particular thing of Lord Toranaga, I think this particular production did very good. So I think that's why it's a very different production from 1980s version, and yeah, it's more interesting, and more interesting this the changes of psychology of this Lord, which is modeling the Tokugawa Shogun, which is the first shogun in Japan history. And after the Tokugawa era, they became like 250 years of peace. There is no wars, no trouble in the entire Japan for a long time. During that time, I think the Japanese culture, like no and tea ceremony type of thing, flourished. And so like a tea ceremony and no play is also depicted in this particular production very well. I really like that this particular lady has this husband coming back from the war and see her, and he has been complaining about not this Anna Sawai's character, not Mariko's character, not so responsive to the husband. And this particular thing is very interesting. So she remained kind of cold to him because she didn't have any love toward him. but the husband was trying to get her back, trying to rekindle the relationship. But you know, that is already there's tremendous difference between her and husband's side. And this particular episode 8, I think, showed also this tea ceremony that husband and Mariko participate in the small tea rooms. And that particular scene was so beautiful. I thought that was like essence of the tea ceremony. You're very, very courteous, even though you're trying to express your own feeling toward each other. But as a ceremony, you have to keep that rule, particular rule, to be very courteous, very nice to each other, praising this tea, something like that is very, very depicted in that, well depicted in that particular scene. I love that particular scene, even though psychologically between them is a tremendous difference of the feeling in there, and cold feeling, and kind of a conniving attitude from the husband, and but doesn't go together in that particular scene. Well done. I think that I really liked. So yeah, and Lord Toranaga, for example, experienced so much hardship in that particular episode alone. Like his son and his brother are all dead due to their stupidity, I would say. Those people, like Lord Toranaga's son, are very young, probably less than 20 years old, but very brash and kind of a gung-ho type person, and because of that, he makes lots of mistakes along the way. So Lord Toranaga was commenting that, when do you grow up? You have to think more harder the situations, and but the son is a different person from the father, so you cannot convey that particular thoughts. And his brother, Lord Toranaga's brother, visit one day, and also he was portrayed like a very, kind of a despicable person, who are kind of a drunk and who are not that good. And so those people, like a weak character, kind of a rambunctious, stupid character. So, but toward the end, there's something else happened. But anyway, I cannot divulge that. So, yeah, I think Lord Toranaga's psychology is, as of now, even after finishing the episode 8, I still cannot figure out what he's thinking, what his motivation, what his final thoughts of this taking over Japan, what he's thinking. And he's also physically getting weak, getting sick, very vulnerable condition physically, and so you get kind of hooked, probably toward the ending of this particular series. Very, very interesting, and in that sense, I think I think they succeeded. This particular Shogun is focused on Lord Toranaga, not Black Swan. I think that's a good idea, because Black Swan's character is a very one-dimensional, and it's not that much interesting in this particular version, and kind of you know, your eyes go into this Lord Toranaga's more complex thoughts and psychology is much more interesting to watch. And just because I think you know, the audience know that he's going to be a shogun later, so he won't die, so they think he will survive. So you know, you're sure that yeah, this particular shogun's way of behaving like that has some strong meaning, strong contents to it. Yeah, so for that, I think I would say, yeah, this production is excellent. I have been talking about this, you know, production's value, like scenery, costume designs and sets, actings, or side characters acting. Very nice, but I think mostly I think this Lord Toranaga's psychology, a very complex psychology, is something to behold. And I think that's how this particular season, I think, endured and also become very popular. Yeah, okay.